podcast for your asses. Yapping in a trap like a rescue cat, and the rescued up like they're waiting on the Batman. You tuned into the dude who threw booze back, blacked out, woke up drawn, covered in bruises. It's Sagdaddy the pod, an odd fellow, the great white chubby, I'm becoming a marshmallow. It's Sagdaddy the pod, so sit back and relax, cause like a broken arm, I got a cast now. It's Sagdaddy the pod, you made a good choice, so enjoy, don't be annoyed, now here's my dumb voice. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Sagdaddy the pod. I'm Brendan Sagalow, and you are the audience watching this right now, hopefully. Hello, Mom and Dad. We got a great episode. Actually, my parents have never watched this, and they never will. I don't think so. I don't think they have any interest in anything I ever do. We got a great episode for you today. Dave Temple and Derek Gaines is here, and you know how much I like having black guys on. I mean, it's great. Check out the show. I love you very much, and tell your friends. Hope you enjoy this one. Bye. Oh, yeah. Well, if you need sunglasses, you can even take some with you. I was on TikTok shop and I bought like 8 pairs of these shitty fucking sunglasses.
I do that too.
Yeah.
He buys expensive ones,
Well,
right?
that's what I'm going to do because those look fucking sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, those are shit. Those are shit. Yeah,
That's
you can hear it. Put it up to the mic.
Of
You can hear how fucking cheap it is.
But
You know what I'm doing? I'm gonna go to fucking Macy's this weekend.
Okay.
Because I need to get new pairs of jeans because I'm really they're getting tight.
Oh,
So
shit.
I need to get bigger pairs, and I want to get a pair of Ray-Bans or something.
Okay.
I don't know what's like a cool pair.
These are Givenchy. So these are some fly
How do you say that?
Givenchy.
Givenchy.
Yeah, when we went to London, I was taught how to say it properly
Okay.
because it used
Sounds
to be
French.
Givenchy, but now you can't.
Oh, it's Da Vinci. You're
It's
saying
not
looks
Givenchy.
like
It's
Givenchy.
Givenchy.
Oh,
But
I like that.
A lot of new people to luxury, they always pronounce it wrong. Like
Yeah, so when I was
Hermes.
Hermes,
I need me a Hermes belt.
Hermes, Versace, all that horse shit. So nah,
yeah.
But nah, for you, I say your first pair,
Think
either
Ray-Bans?
Ray-Bans or what's them joints?
Oakley's?
Oakley's is pretty cool.
No fucking way.
If you want to be white, now if you want to be fly,
I obviously do not want to be white.
Either-
Actually, I want to be white, but I want to be like.
all right. So you ready? So it's
accepted.
either
I want to be at
it's-
the cookout.
It's either Ray-Bans or straight Pradas. You gotta wear Prada.
Okay, so
Yeah, pair of Prada
Ray-Bans.
shit.
Ray-Bans is good.
Yeah,
Ray-Bans.
Maybe I'll do a Prada.
Yeah.
I was thinking, dude,
Little
I
Prada
literally,
shade.
I think I could actually pull these off, but like those early 2000s, like Diddy kind of like.
Oh
You
shit!
know what I'm talking about? Like, remember when all
The
the
frameless?
rappers
The hat?
were wearing like the,
the
no,
little
no, not
circles.
the hat. It might be the frameless.
The frameless.
is the ones where they
The
were like,
Cartiers?
you know.
oh yeah, those are
Nigga
actually
want-
those are actually popping again. right
Sagalow
now.
with the Cartier.
So a lot of black people are wearing them as eyeglasses. They
Oh,
call them
shit.
wires.
Yes,
You know what
yes.
I mean? And they'll put like diamonds and stuff in the little thing.
Yes.
Frameless Cartier.
That's
But-
that's what that song is about. Buff versus the Wires.
Buff versus Wires. Yeah.
But I like that look. I like the look of like the thick, you can't see shit. Like with those Cartiers or whatever, the ones that I'm thinking about, you can kind of see the people's eyelids
All the time.
or like eyes and shit, which I actually thought was pretty cool because especially when you like see Eminem wearing them and he's high or something and you're like, oh, dude, you could see that how fucking high he is.
Jay-Z had a line. He said,
Jay-Z had a bunch of them.
he said, I might bring back Versace shades. That means those them joints that block out everything in the club.
big
Those
ones,
them
the
big
big black
black
ones, like-
dark
like
Really?
Biggie used to
dog
wear.
movie glasses.
I know what
with
you're
the
talking
big gold
about.
thing
Yeah,
on the
with the
side.
gold on the side. I might bring back for that means you
I
don't
mean,
want to be
yeah,
fucking
those
with in the club.
glasses are like you are a dick if you have those glasses.
Yeah.
Like those glasses scream.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me.
Don't
like
talk to
I'm
me.
in a shitty
Talk
mood.
to my assistant.
And I have money and I will throw it at you.
I will throw it
if
in
you
your
get
face.
close, too close.
It also is it takes a certain kind of confidence that I do not have, unfortunately, to wear sunglasses in a place like
The
you're
opportunity-
rocking them.
well,
But I'll tell you what, those glasses, those fucking piece of shit little plastic glasses, I was like, I'm going to wear these too. I went to the Gotham party, and the minute I stepped in there wearing them, I immediately took them off. I was like, I can't be the guy wearing orange glasses around like old guys in suits.
that's why you gotta love T.J. Miller because he's doing it for all the white guys.
I know.
TJ,
I know.
he be wearing them and a Christmas sweater
I know.
in May.
T.J. Miller, like, all right, fine. No one's gonna do it.
Well,
all right.
We were talking about 8 Mile, which
Okay.
I could talk about for hours
Absolutely.
upon hours upon
Absolutely.
hours. And did you guys see that there's like
competing Cheddar Bobs that are claiming that they are the Cheddar Bob. I wish we had any kind of like we should have set this up because they are online.
Wait.
There are people that are like, I'm that Cheddar Bob. Like they're being like, that guy's not the real Cheddar Bob. I'm the Cheddar Bob that they were talking about. Like I used to hang out with Marshall and all that stuff.
Oh, so okay.
This one guy is like, I fucking hate that movie because it makes Cheddar Bob, me, look like a fucking idiot. Because he was like, I'm a really good DJ, and they were like, why do you care?
That's what
I was
Cheddar
watching
should say.
they were like, oh really? Why do you care about that so much?
I mean, yeah, because it's probably a real story, and it does make him look like an idiot, but
Cheddar
we
Bob
don't
shot himself.
know who you
But
are.
that actor was so good.
He was great at it.
I didn't look at him like an idiot. Like that scene where he's in his apartment or whatever, and he's just fucking depressed, laying there, and then Eminem walks in. I was like, that just makes him. It completely humanizes that character.
Yeah.
You see yourself a little bit.
I'll take it a step
the biggest
further.
scene for me.
I'll take it a step further. Yeah, when M visited Cheddar, but when Cheddar helped M win that battle, when he was like,
Again,
you think
that's
he's
right.
going to talk
right,
about
right.
the bitch getting it on and how I shot, and then when they beat you up in the hood, and you remember all this stuff, and then I was like, oh shit, Cheddar Bob. It's kind of like the savant now.
Yeah.
He helped him win the whole thing at the end with Papa Doc.
He was his Bubba.
He was his muse.
Yeah. Now, what bothers me about that movie, because it's obviously a movie, it's got to sound like good and stuff like that. But there are no rap battles that I've ever seen that are as good as that.
Oh yeah,
that you're
cinematic.
Even Eminem's own like rap battles. You watch the rap battles from like when he was the ones that are on YouTube, and he's like, it's not on beat. It's like kind of off. Like it's all punchlines, just trying to figure out how to get to the punchline and stuff. It's not like this perfect.
Oh yeah, when you have a director curate,
thing.
Yeah.
curate the closing
When he's
scene
actually
of a classic
writing
movie,
it,
yeah.
and it would be okay if he was like, "No, I wrote all this." Like I would still respect that scene if he was like, "I wrote all this last night."
Right.
I would be like, "And you memorized it?" That,
I mean,
would
but
respect
scenes are
that
like
scene a
that.
little
Like
bit more.
even if you've ever been in like a scene where they try to recreate a comedy club night, and like every seat is full, and they're all
awful.
for every
man.
joke, and
It's
you're just
awful.
like,
It was
Well,
almost perfect.
The
My
difference
motto,
is-
fuck lotto.
Yeah.
I get the 7 digits from your mama for $1 tomorrow. It was too like everyone in the theater.
Everyone in the room knows and got all the references.
Yeah.
Everyone knew to wait and shut up.
Snoop Dogg got a fucking boob job.
Yes, I
Kids
listen
was
to
going
that
crazy.
so much. I know the exact like different like I know all the where even when he's like that guy's a pussy or whatever, and the guy's like I'll fuck you up.
Yeah, wasn't it perfect?
Yeah, I knew exactly what it was. I will fuck you up. Listen, dog, here's a pencil.
It was a
exact
song,
Yes,
dog, yeah.
dude, it was a song, which is the difference between comedy in movies and rap in movies, where every rap that's in a movie, like any kind of movie, you're like, this is pretty good actually, because they have time to work on it or whatever. But when every time you see a fucking comedy show in a movie, I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah.
Which maybe I'm like, maybe their act just sucks. Even when I'm watching Crashing, I'm like, I would watch Crashing and they're doing their act, and I'm like, this sucks.
But even outside of that, when you see like burlesque in a movie or any of those like casino shows, we've all seen Scarface.
Yeah.
And like they're just
4-hour movie.
watching this weird show that this guy is up here doing like hacky musical bit, and everyone's just
Right.
And you're like, has that ever happened? Does anyone go to a lounge and just watch a show and they're just thoroughly entertained?
I think that is how stand-up started, and then they just moved it to like the improv or some shit like that.
Yeah, because some guy was like, "Could you move? I want to hear the fucking piano player,
like
please."
I think when stand-up start, like the MC was just this unrespected guy that was in disrespected guy that was like in the middle of here's a talent, here's another talent, like a variety show MC.
Yeah.
And then they were like, why don't we just have that guy 7 times?
Yeah, just talk to him.
Because it's weird, but he was also always out
I want to
of
know what that
pocket.
guy thinks.
That guy would always make you get out of pocket, right? He was always like some weird loser that like, all right, look, we'll keep you employed. You introduce the acts. You can have 6 drinks a night, and that'll be your pay. And he would just get sloshed
or some shit like that.
Yeah, and just eventually start running the light.
And some sarcastic drummer, probably when he was just setting up, heard the dude tell a joke and was like, "Doo-doom."
Yeah,
just to fuck with him.
Trying to get him off.
And it turned it into a whole.
I would love that.
Stand-up was probably so barbaric. Like, who the fuck is this person?
It's so funny too, because like it was so easy to be funny back then. I guess I mean probably not, but if you have like a drum going boom boom, tss, or like You see it in guitar comics all the time. They'll like ring, and that's now you laugh at this part.
Yeah.
Like you have that little signal to make people go ha ha ha.
Yeah,
we have to do that with our voices now.
Yeah.
People laughed at anything back in the day.
No, he's right though. I'm just noticing this with sitcoms. Like we sleep with the TV on, and like
I can't do
every
that.
show,
Family Guy.
every
Noise.
show goes transitions with some weird piano riff. Like it was obvious with like Jerry Seinfeld, but they all do it. Like Everyone Loves Raymond. Someone's on the piano.
Well, that's a good like transition to the next scene and all that stuff.
But that's a weird thing. Like, do you need that? Like, what is wrong?
It would
Are
be very
you
weird
not being
without
able
it.
to keep up?
I think it'd be very weird without it.
No, when HBO does it, like we watch like The Wire.
Oh,
like,
that's so true.
It's like it's a sitcom thing, but
It
once
is a
it goes
sitcom
off
thing.
into like any other show, like I don't even think. I guess Law and Order slimmed it down to the dun.
Yeah, they had a good one.
Yeah,
They had a good one. We should do something like that
So
for
you
this
think-
show. Every time there's like
a topic change.
So
Yeah,
musical
there's a
transitions. So musical transitions in comedy, you don't think they need because you think just people just go with whatever the fuck content is going with.
I think so. Yeah, like
don't
I think
think
you
so.
sit there
I
hypnotized.
don't know, man.
It's almost like
I think you need it. I think you need it to be
because in
like
comedy is something with the music. It's
well,
like,
it's
But I
also
think-
like the rhythm of a bit. So it's like you can even when you're watching someone doing stand up, you go, okay, that was a big chunk they just wrote, and now they're on to this next thing. Like there's no music in between that, but that's how comedy sounds. Where it's like here's the bit, here's the written scene that we're gonna do, which is all a joke. It's a scene of something happening, which is funny, and then we're moving on to a completely different scene where it's like, this is we have a scene of the father trying to teach the son not to wear dresses.
Yeah.
And then they do that whole scene, and then ba 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 bow, and
Right.
now next scene, Grandpa is at the grocery store
Yeah.
with a dress on. Oh shit!
Oh, it's a callback.
Something like I see what you're saying.
I guess for stand up, it's just we just turn.
Right. Yeah. You literally, you just go like that's why you try to like, whatever. We're teaching stand up, but it's like
you finish your bit, you take a sip, and you go this way.
exactly.
Yeah.
You go, and now
That's
I'm not
crazy,
talking
yo.
about that anymore.
That's all I have to
crazy.
say about that.
It's almost like it would be kind of better. It would almost be kind of better if when you're doing stand up, you just had a little CD player or something that you would press and then it would make the sitcom sound. So you go, and that's why I'll never talk to my wife again. And you go,
Next
Yeah.
bit.
so have you ever been to the mall?
Yeah.
And I think that would be very helpful.
That's
Nicole,
sticky.
wait it down.
That's very
That's what it feels very.
Madison, I
That
need
sounds
you to
very improv.
That's shtick.
Get a
Like,
CD
that's-
player.
Yeah.
It's sticky, yeah.
That's like a bit you do like on like a Halloween at
Yeah.
one of them hipster clubs.
What's
Yeah.
the joke that you hate the most from your act?
Oh Jesus Christ! I have plenty.
You go, I hate from the hello to the goodbye.
Yeah. That I hate
Plenty
the
I hate.
most.
Do you have any joke that you're like that you do because it works and you're like whatever but you're like I actually hate that, or like or not even that, where it's just like if someone comes up to you and they're like that's a really good joke and you're like thank you, I wrote it 25 years ago.
Yeah, it's just
And you go it's like please compliment the ones that I wrote this week
yeah.
or I will kill myself.
Mine is that Everybody Biscuit song.
I love that
Absolutely.
one.
And then this joint it's called The Flight Attendant. It's just a very fast opener that gets me acclimated with the crowd immediately.
Yeah.
But when I do it, I feel like I'm fraud, and I'm like, you could do it better.
And you have
Talk
a
about
name
the
for
weather.
it too.
Just be a comedian and just materialize something out
Right.
of nothing, Derek.
It's hard.
Why the fuck do you keep going back to these rehearsed,
Right. Hey.
almost monologue-ish ass bridge, like what? Set up bridge punchline bullshit, you
Yeah.
bitch ass.
Hey,
And then I do
be
the
nice
joke.
to my friend.
Everybody laughs, and I'm like, you're a whore. You're a whore for this shit.
Love
Then I go to
me.
the
You
set.
do feel like a
Love
whore,
me.
don't you?
Yeah.
There are some times where I'm like, I really feel like a fucking whore. I'll give you a perfect example. I got booked for this fucking show out in which apparently is usually good because the guy kept saying this is usually good. Please don't tell your friends how bad this was.
Okay.
But I got booked for this fucking show out in Milford, Connecticut.
Milford.
Connecticut. I have no idea what that is. All I know about it right now is the Kia Boys. Do you ever hear about these guys?
Yeah. They're everywhere.
Young, they're everywhere. But there was a whole thing on YouTube where they were like these these guys that figured out how to steal a car with a USB drive. Mm-hmm. And so whatever, that's happening in Milford, and that's all I know about it. I take the train. I'm running late, and I have 13 minutes to get from. I was doing some job I can't even really talk about, and it was like it was going to end at 7. I needed to catch the train at 7:20, and I'm like, fuck! I got out of that one early. I had 13 minutes to get to the fucking train. I get on. I'm sweating. I go to this place. They started an hour beforehand and let the audience know. The audience of 13 people.
Okay.
And they let them know I was running late. The host tried to make jokes about it, which didn't fly over. He was like. He's like, Brendan's real late, huh? Da, 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 whatever. Then I fucking get there. I grab a Coke. It falls to the ground. I'm not even thinking. I pick it up. Oops. So I'm like covered in soda.
Sticky face.
I got sticky face and fingers. Do not have time to wash my hands. So I'm like doing comedy like this. And I immediately get out, and the whole, it's all old people, which is fine because some old crowds are actually really kick ass. But right in the center was just a fucking table of dudes out on the town who were just there to heckle. They were like, you know, these guys that come out to treat the comics like
social
shit.
Terrorists.
Social terrorists. Yes, that's a perfect, possibly the name of the episode.
Social terrorists.
Social terrorists, and they were just fucking, and I was just battling them the entire time, being like, I literally was like, dude, like, how fucking old are you guys? You're just coming out. How pathetic is your life? You're coming out like, you know, whatever. So we're just going back and forth for about. I didn't even get into my act until 40 minutes later. Damn. I finally got them. I was like, I was really slamming them hard enough where they were like, I was winning, like I won.
Yeah.
And because the other comics was definitely like, like, you know, like some hecklers look at comedians as like, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker, and then you have to be like, you're not getting me. You're not getting me.
Right.
And then when you do that, it's a battle. And then I won, and it was 40 minutes in, and I started my first joke, and then I did like 40 minutes after that, and didn't get paid much, and then I left, and I'm on the train, and I'm going. I felt like a whore.
Yeah.
Like that felt like I feel like a prostitute.
Yeah.
Like I just came by, did this horrible job that I hate and don't want to be there, and then I get paid whatever. I get
the
my
money
few
wasn't even that
$100
good for this one. Yeah.
And I just leave.
Like, why do I still
and
do these
40
things?
minutes of foreplay.
Yeah.
And you're sticky.
Bad foreplay.
Bad
and I'm
foreplay.
sticky.
And you sticky.
And I'm sticky.
Damn.
Much like a prostitute.
How about that?
What was the worst gig? Well, that's such a fucking. I hate that.
Nah, but I'll tell you the
I was
joke
gonna say
that
recently.
I think the joke that I hate right now in my set. I do these jokes about like, you know, I pay attention to a lot of shit of gay culture, so I just like pay attention to the observations. Right. And I started off with this whole thing like I didn't get the opportunity to be gay, and I'm like kind of bigging up the gay community, but like in a sarcastic way. But I feel like the people think I really want to be gay. And I'm like, no, I'm not gay. There's nothing to look into it. Like, I just saying this, and I get it.
Hilarious
people's
place.
minds wander. Like, why is this nigga talking about this?
Exactly.
Like,
and I'm like, yeah. And in my mind, I'm like, yo, why do you keep doing this?
Especially
like,
some crowds. Like, I think a white crowd, they can kind of be like, I could look at the subtlety of this.
It was funny. I did it in a black room last night. I went to Harlem and did a late show, and I pushed it with that joke. I don't know why, but it was just like, fuck it. I want to do it.
How they respond?
It was funny.
Teeth kissing.
They liked it.
I'm sure.
Most of the room enjoyed it, and then it was funny because there was a row of dudes with no girls who sitting there looking at me like, all right. So I kind of made fun of that also, where it's like, you know, that's crazy. But I also didn't like this look of disapproval that I was getting from these other black men
with
like,
no girls.
That I feel like I need to explain myself. Like, but then I pushed it by doing more because I could have stopped where I was already ahead, but I'm like, well, I have 2 more jokes. Let me see if I can make these work.
You went against the grain of hometown homophobia.
Exactly.
That's actually pretty cool and brave. I'd say.
And just called the room out about it. Like I even told him, like, guys, you're not gonna be gay from laughing at a gay joke. Like this is a good gay joke.
Temple. Very nice.
It's okay to laugh.
How many times do you do that joke in front of like a black crowd and they're like, hey, yo.
All the time, and that's the thing. I've gotten. I don't care anymore. Like,
hey,
I've reached the age now. Dude. I've reached the age now where, like, I don't care. Especially like, it's only going to be a bunch of dudes that feel that way.
Right.
That's an easy tear apart. Like, y'all don't even have girls for the night. Any guy that's there with his woman is usually mature enough to see the humor in it. So it became that aspect. And then I still kind of have a little bit of a hood edge where if it gets to it, it's like, I still feel like I'll fuck y'all up if y'all tease me too hard.
Hilarious.
So
yeah.
We can end that right now.
So
you know what I mean? Like, it's
so you have a tease gap. There's a cap on the tease.
Exactly.
I'm gonna do this gay joke. If you niggas think I'm soft, I'm gonna prove to you.
However far
funny,
you want to
dude.
take it, we can. But I'm telling you, I'll make it funny.
I'm
Just
a comic,
give
but
me
I
a
will
time.
beat your ass.
To be tough and saying teasing is so funny. You're like, y'all better not tease me too much.
Because I tease me too much, I'm gonna fight all you motherfuckers. Wait, what? Wait, huh?
If y'all
It was a
bully
comedy
me,
show.
if y'all bully me,
I swear to God, y'all hurt my feelings?
hilarious.
You hurt my feelings, bro. It's on.
You get under my skin, I swear. If you get under my skin, I swear I'm going to do something that you guys you're going to regret.
So do you hate doing that joke? Are you like, well, it gets a laugh,
it was just like,
but
it was
I
just
hate
when
it.
you were saying, like, which, like, I don't hate it, but, like, that's the least one. So, yeah, that'd be the one that I hate the most.
Is there a joke that you guys have that you're like, oh my God, nobody is liking this and I love this idea and I can't fucking figure it out?
Oh, yes. I have a
plenty
joke.
jokes.
I have a
I have
joke.
30 minutes of
yeah.
that. I got 30 minutes of that shit that I think is hilarious. And nobody's like, nah. It's corny. Corny.
I have this joke about how I have daughters and they're great, but I would rather an autistic son just for the social media
Go Walter
aspect of
is
it.
a tough sell, bro.
Yeah,
That is a tough sell.
We be on
Especially because
road.
there are people in the audience being like, no, you do not.
No. Here's the thing.
No, you do not.
People with autistic children come up to me after the show and go, dude, that fucking,
Yeah.
we have an
Totally get
autistic
it.
son. That was great. The room, I get it. They could, but that was great. Like,
Maybe that's what you got to do. Like, you got to, like, when you're opening and be like, and everybody don't get fucking weird because autistic, you got to do that shit where you're like,
Or
so
no,
people-
just
parents-
do it and let them get
do
weird.
it like I
Yeah,
did.
and then you got
That's
to
true.
dig yourself
I did
out.
it last night
That's
at
true.
the Black Room. I found a fail-proof way of getting out of the joke if it falls flat in a Black room.
Yeah.
In the White Room, I haven't figured that out, but it also doesn't really fall flat like in Middle America.
Right.
Like, Texas, Indiana, like, yeah, they laugh at it hard.
Yeah. Who do you
So-
think, what race do you think has the most autistic children? Not to be too, like, edgy.
I know
but
what
I
you're
think that is,
saying,
like,
But that's a
question.
good
You know what
question.
it is? I think it's Asians, and they're not
They're
addressing
just
it at all.
hiding it.
Yeah,
They
they're
hide that
hiding
shit.
it by because they're so socially different.
Right.
You can't pick up on autism in an Asian person.
Right. Because you're just like, that person's Asian.
Exactly. Like
I love Asians.
any weird antisocial behavior, you're just kind of like, oh, he's just Asian.
Dude, I've been starting to really love Asians. I think they're
Just
fucking,
started.
I don't know. They're just so they've always just been kind of there, but I'm like, these guys are fucking rule.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
know what you like. Their genetics are really pushing the survival game.
They got me years
long
ago.
term.
They're just
Long
like
term.
Asians won me over years ago when they double fried the wings. when they drop the wings and then take them out and wait for your black ass to come and
Yeah,
order them, and
dude,
they drop them
that's
bitches
sick.
again. What?
That's sick.
What?
I was on
when
a
the
plane.
Asians double fried the wings, won my entire heart. Cholesterol and all. Shout out to the Koreans.
Yeah, I think inevitably when China takes over, I think I'll be there for it. I'll be the house white guy. You know what I mean? No, I was on a plane the other day, and this kid was just screaming behind me, and I
Don't
was
you
like,
hate that?
he was like screaming and dancing and singing and shit, and I was like, fuck, the flight hadn't even taken off, and his dad fucking nipped it in the bud so quick. He was like, stop it. Like he like yelled at him, and I was like, "Whoa!"
Bartees,
And I turned
stop
around,
it.
Asians, and I was like, "That's right. That's what an Asian will do. He'll stop him from because they're good with etiquette and manners, you know, and and like around you. Whereas a white family, like a white parent, would look at that kid and be like, "Well, maybe he'll be a singer someday. You know, we have to feed into this." You know?
Oh,
I was so
yeah.
happy. I was like, "Oh, thank you."
I
I
told-
gave him a big bow. I would thank you so much.
I told this joke about how me and my mother don't get along because I have white friends, and when I share stories with my friends, they've convinced me I grew up in an abusive home, right? And I start giving examples of it, but
that's hilarious.
This Asian kid in the audience with it, he's like, yes, like, it's like he just totally connected on that. Like, yeah, my white friends don't understand.
Some of your black friends don't understand. Nigga, I don't understand some of the shit you had to grow up in. I said, good booger, Dave.
Well, you said you grew up in
that
like
motherfucker need a hug and some ice cream.
You grew up in like a cul-de-sac, right?
Cul-de-sac
Did you say that?
black. Yeah.
You
Suburb
grew
kid.
up in a suburb or a cul-de-sac?
Suburb with cul-de-sac. In my neighborhood, there's two cul-de-sacs.
I can't picture you in a cul-de-sac, I don't think.
Well, it's still a black suburb, so you know,
Yeah.
I was exposed to all the things black, and I partied in Philly. That's where I met all my friends, Dave, Monroe, everybody.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I had a balance, but when I went home, there was bunnies in the lawn.
He's
Did you
like-
guys know each other before comedy? Or
Nah,
you
we
met
all,
during
we all
comedy?
met at the Laugh House in Philly.
Dude, that's
and
so
became
sick.
friends. Long
Yeah.
time.
Is
ago.
that room's good?
was
like
good?
on,
It's not.
yeah, it was
it's
great.
not a room.
Oh,
It's
it's
closed
shut
now.
down.
But
Yeah.
no, but when it was popping, it was summer camp for me.
Yeah, it was,
Oh,
was
I would
like,
love
yo,
to do that.
It was
I
a
wanna
double
do-
life.
I
'Cause I
wanna
was
do
this church
some,
kid in
like-
Jersey who went to Philly every
Yeah.
night and hung out with his shit talking friends.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, I love that. Dude, I would love to do a heavy black audience. I never get to do that, you know? Oh, and it's my favorite thing in the
A
world.
heavy black audience, like fat.
no, like
Yes.
just
Yes.
more
I wanna
black
perform
people
for
than
Do a
white
fish
people.
fry. Do a fish
I want to
fry.
perform for
Yeah.
Lavelle Crawford.
Get on one of those flyers that got like jewelry and cash on it.
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
change my Instagram name to comedian Brendan Sagalow or something like that. You know what I mean?
Profile picture you in your work vest.
Yeah,
though.
Sags is funny is my Instagram
is
handle.
funny.
Sags is funny.
Hilarious, hilarious sags.
Pants sagging.
Well, that's what I gotta
Sagalow.
say. I say when people want to know how to pronounce my name, I go Sagalow, like my pants Sagalow, or my balls if I want to make them laugh. But I'll say like pants if it's like a girlfriend's mom or something like that. But I would, because my favorite kind of thing in an audience is when I said this on another episode, but I like when you go into a club and you see like there are a couple of black audience members that are not having a good time.
Okay.
Where everyone else, white people will kind of fake it. Well, they'll kind of force a good time.
Smile loudly.
Yeah, smile loudly. Whereas there are some black audience members that will let you know right away.
Honest,
They're like,
honesty.
they're sitting there, they're going like, they're honest. I like it. And my favorite thing, and not just making them laugh, but I connect with them over like, I kind of turn against the other crowd. I go, this is bullshit, isn't it? I go, I'm on your side. This show sucks. And I don't say that out loud, but I like to give them those eyes where I'm like, that show fucking sucks. Because I think a lot of people avoid eye contact with those
You
people.
gotta
the
know.
black-
You
with
gotta
the
look
black
at
people?
them.
With the upset black crowd.
Gotta look at them.
You gotta look them right in the
Gotta look
eye.
at 'em.
And you
be
know
like,
the crazy thing? A lot of times they're not upset. That's just their disposition.
Well, that's
like,
sad.
You can get them to go
makes me
higher,
sad.
but they're not mad. It's just their resting face. They're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's
That's why you don't say, "Are you doing okay?" Because you don't look like you're doing
Right,
okay.
because
that'll make it worse. They'll
Yeah,
be
yeah,
like,
it works.
That'll wait. What the fuck?
you go, "Oh, you think I have a bad disposition now? Imagine pissing me off. Imagine
Yeah.
pissing me off." That sounds like that would be on a Big Dogs or a No Fear T-shirt. You think I'm upset now? Imagine pissing me off.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? No
Yeah,
Fear.
yeah. Like
Like
one of
a
those
little
boardwalk
bench press shirt.
shirts.
Yeah, boardwalk shirt. Yeah.
Boardwalk shirt.
Yeah.
Do you have anything new that you guys like as far as jokes go? Do you have any like jokes that you're like, God, I can't wait to fucking figure this out?
Oh yeah, I have a few of those too. I got a lot of those. Just recently, my girl just defeated breast cancer.
Oh, great.
So as a comic, I'm trying to figure out all these cancer jokes. But man, oh man,
Right, without
crowd
without doing like that.
shuts.
Yeah,
And I tell them that she beat it
I know.
first, and they still get all. They pull violent. White women start getting tissues and start doing this shit.
It's so
and they
hard.
keep watching to see if I'm gonna be disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like it's a
Right.
tough time. And then
Maybe the angle is being like, and I fucking hate how weird everybody gets. Like we're not fucking that's where I would.
I
take
got to
it.
do
I'd be like,
something.
this
But
pisses
yeah,
me
this
off.
is it's a big feat right now, big hurdle.
Maybe you just don't talk about that.
I feel as a comic, I should try to make this shit funny.
Right.
because
It's a part of your life. It's
she
every
won.
day.
Sometimes.
She didn't succumb to cancer. She beat it.
I'm when mine isn't as drastic as that, but like I recently got married and it's like a big part of my life. But like I don't talk too much about my personal life.
Yeah,
But I have all of this stuff going on, and I'm like, fuck, like I don't know where the line is with my
That's
wife.
also
We
where the
haven't had
stuff
this
is
discussion.
good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't want to be the person that has to like ask my wife, is it okay for me to talk about this on stage?
Yeah.
But then sometimes I'll say the shit and then get the tape back and be like, damn, like.
Oh my God. Will you guys stop yapping all the time? That's all these guys do. And if you're into that, on Friday, you can check us out having more yapping sessions with these two nincompoops. Didn't think I'd say nincompoop, did ya? At patreon.com/sagdaddydapod. You can check that out. If you go there now, you'll see past conversations I had with Katie Boyle and Phil Duckett. Now, sorry, I'm ignoring them. What do you want?
We was in Houston, and he made me feel bad about a joke that was awkward.
Man.
And he's like, "Damn, nigga, you just up there talking about your wife sucking your dick. I'm sitting right next to her, and I'm like, whoa,
that's fucking hilarious.
What do you want me to do?
Because when he
Right?
said it, she was sitting right there.
Right, and I don't know.
wow.
Yeah, you go.
But I'm not thinking about. Obviously, I can't go on stage and mute myself because of that. Like,
Right.
You want to come to the gig, you come to the gig. But like, it's a weird thing. Like. Yes,
Right.
this is how I talk when you're not around. Like,
Right. Yeah, there is a
You
lot
lost
of
a
that.
fiance over your jokes.
yeah, I did actually.
Gained
Yeah.
a wife,
Did you really?
lost a
Yeah,
fiance.
yeah.
Is that too much?
No.
Yeah, we can
That's
cut.
I think that's hilarious.
You know what's funny? I'm waiting to find out more about this because me and my ex have to do
What do you have?
therapy.
You go to court and stuff
No,
together? or
we have to
something?
go to therapy to co-parent better because it's getting weird. But I need to get to because I don't know whether they're listening to the podcast or not. And
You think they're going to use this
he
against
throws
you?
a lot of stuff out there on the podcast. Like, he throws
So,
her name
I was
out
listening
there.
to
Like,
Sagdaddy
man,
the Pod.
Dude, people have been trying to find her. Thank God her name is hard to spell, but it's like, yes, people are always in the comments like, yo, I can't wait to find this woman.
Well, I'll tell you
what I mean?
what. Don't say her name because I made that mistake, and now there's comments every day being like,
Right.
my first girlfriend her name was Dervla, so there's a lot of like comments. That somebody started a YouTube channel called like Dervla for Life or something like
Yeah,
that, and it always
yeah.
comments is like,
Yeah.
Brendan, take me back, you know.
Yeah,
Wow.
but
So-
no, I literally, I did a comedy special that I did independently years ago. It's on YouTube. It's called The Second One. Check it out. Shameless plug. But I was doing jokes on there about I did not want to have any more kids. I already had two. I had kids really young. She was pushing for a third baby, and it was just like this weird fight. And I was just breaking down the insanity of why she thinks we could have another kid.
Yeah.
And I remember working this out at a show that I didn't even know she was there. Like, you want to talk about, like, I want to do a sitcom about the show, just about this life so I can make this particular scene.
Yeah.
But, like, literally, I was in Philly doing a show that I'm headlining. Me and her are in a weird position. We're, like, not talking in the house. And it's like, all right, you going out? You're going, all right, fine.
Right.
She left. I took the bus to my gig because it was in downtown Philadelphia, and I just didn't feel like dealing with parking, right? And I got
Right.
some time to think. I don't mind riding the bus. As I'm walking past the bus stop to the gig, I see my car parking, and I'm like, it's her. And
That's
she's
so trippy.
She's going to meet with friends at a steakhouse right around the corner from where I'm performing. And I'm like, holy shit, we're that far apart.
Whoa.
Like, so mentally, we've deteriorated. Where it's like we're hanging out within a block of each other,
Yeah.
and we
This
don't even
relationship
know.
is
Did
no
that
more.
affect how you were doing your act on stage? You're like, is she in the fucking back or something?
Well,
right
no.
now?
Here's what happened. I didn't know she was in the back. She was supposed to go to the steakhouse with her friends. I walked her to the steakhouse,
She
even being a
TMZ'd
gentleman.
you,
Oh,
dog.
wow.
No, her friends didn't show up.
TMZ.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
shit.
And so she
I would
just
be performing at that steakhouse. That's why we would be doing it. I would be like, everyone, listen, turn off the TVs, please.
So, bro, she came. She ended up coming to the show, and like, yeah, I was just really going off about the
And she
concept
already
of
lonely and mad.
divorce,
Yeah.
and the whole concept of irreconcilable differences and
Right.
what happens in a relationship.
You
We
do
were
the
10
birthday-
years in,
you
right?
do the,
So I'm laying it all out, and I'm killing.
Yeah.
And like afterwards, she's just there, right? And like, oh hey,
she's like-
and I got friends and family that are like here, and we're ready to go party,
So my pussy looks inside out, huh?
bro. And when I tell you, we
Thought that would
left
get
the
a laugh.
venue and we got to the front,
Uh-huh.
and I realized, like, I'm like, wait, where is she? She went to the bathroom, and we forgot her. Again, it was just like, dude, we are so not connected. Like, I'm ready to go drinking with my cousins, and I'm like, wait, where's my lady? You know what I mean? So
jeez.
then, like, I never forget when I did the taping, she came to it, and she was there, but she just got drunk as fuck.
Oh my god.
And
Should have brought her up on
She
stage.
just gave me the check Like, cause the club still gave her a bill or whatever, and it was like fine. I was there, but she just walked up to me and just gave me the check and just got in the car and drunkenly drove home. And it was like the next morning she was like, "We need to talk," and I was like, "All right, yeah, I get it."
Oh my god, that's brutal, dude.
Yeah, man.
It was the way life works because things were going really, really good.
Yeah.
And like when stuff is going really, really good, there's usually a big pow that's about to come and knock. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I laughed through the whole thing. It was great.
There's nothing. You got to get to a point too in relationships.
I laughed through the whole thing.
Where when you do jokes about your relationship, and if you're like venting about something, I've dated girls that are like, "Well, what the hell?" And I'm done arguing. Where you go, "Well, no, that's just stage shit. That's just me being on stage, like saying the worst thing about it, but it's actually how you feel or whatever." I'm just sick of arguing it.
Yeah.
Which I guess
like
is
you pay to talk to someone in therapy. I get paid to say it to multiple people. You know what I mean? But we're both doing the same thing
right now. My watch thinks I'm walking. That's how.
Is it because it's
scared
like
of black
yelling
guys
and outdoor? Yeah,
What,
we
is
had
your
that
heart rate
happen.
up?
No.
Is your heart rate up? Hey, is your heart rate up?
We had that
Holy
happen.
shit! Yeah, my phone is like, do I need to call the police?
Dude,
is
that
everything
happened to us.
okay?
Remember when we was in Baltimore? We were in Baltimore and we were on stage fucking around, dual micing it up.
Yeah.
And this lady's watch, it goes off. And we're like, what is that? Is that an Amber Alert? And she's like, no, it's my watch. Asking me, am I okay? It's too loud in here. We're like, what the fuck?
That's so funny.
She's like, black people have been screaming for 25 minutes. Are you okay?
Yes.
Like,
We're sending the FBI.
Our technology is indicating that you're in an urban area. We're inside of a urban area. Yeah, man.
Dude, you know what movies really fucking rule? Because that made me think of. Do you ever see the Scary Movies?
Yes.
Like the Wayne's versions of
Yeah,
them.
the first two.
Where didn't she like do something where she was like, woman in trouble. Like it was a computer thing, like woman in trouble, and it was like, you have police coming in 30 minutes. You go, and she like wrote white woman in trouble, and like they'll be there in 5 seconds. Those movies were so fucking good.
Yeah, man. Just
All
joke
those-
after
all
joke
those
after
bits-
joke after joke.
All those
Dude.
bits, a lot of those bits are from Richard Pryor sets.
Oh,
Like, all
really?
those- the black police, white police, like all that. It's
Oh,
all Richard
damn.
Pryor bits. But no, the Waynes had it. Them first
Yeah.
two Scary Movies was them. You could tell. He was like, yeah, man.
That actress that they had on who's that black actress? What was
I don't know
name?
her name, but she was so
she was
hot.
so hot and good.
So hot, yeah.
You talking about
So-
Regina?
Yeah.
Regina Hall.
You're Regina Hall, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
she
was
was
hot.
so
and Don't be a
good.
menace. You
Dude.
didn't even know she was like the ghetto dashiki
Oh, I didn't
girl.
even know that. Oh, yeah, I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
She had a line in Scary Movie too, where the skeleton, this scary
I know
skeleton,
what
you
you're
know what I'm
about to
saying?
say.
He's like walking towards them, and,
crazy
and she's like,
now.
"Yeah, he crazy now." That's
crazy
the
now.
exact thing. You go, "Oh, look," she takes his head. "Oh, look, he crazy now."
Yeah.
But the part a lot of people miss when she was like, you scared of that? And she was like, yeah, would you be afraid of Callista Flockhart?
Yeah,
I
that's
said,
a great
God
line,
damn.
dude. That's a great
And
line.
nobody caught it. I was like, that's a Callista Flockhart
Now-
shade that nobody got.
I know this
In
is this is like a alt-right talking point, but they
shit.
they don't make any good comedy movies anymore. Not like that. You know
They
what I
don't.
mean?
Oh,
I
thought
can't
you were
think of
supposed to
Because
any.
say,
everybody too sensitive. Everybody is in a vision now. Everybody introspective.
No, everybody's just afraid. They're afraid to like.
All right.
They're afraid to like fuck something up in the industry, and
How
like
about that?
they're afraid to be funny. I think in movies
Okay.
because nobody knows.
Well, I
what's
heard
going
SZA
on.
I
and
say this,
Kiki
and
did
I
they
get it.
thing.
We all want to be big, and we all want to be successful. Like, it keeps going to the next level. You know what I mean? Of like where people want to be. But I feel like comedy was never supposed to be the big main stage. Comedy was always in a dark
Right.
basement. 40 to 80 people.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't.
Now it's like
supposed
every
to
comic
be,
is a rock star.
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be broadcasted to the world
Yeah.
on Netflix. You know what I mean?
It's
And
supposed to be
appeasing
dingy.
everybody.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah,
It's a place where whatever.
That's so punk rock of you guys.
Oh yeah, you know
Fuck
what?
yeah, that's what I'm
Very punk
saying.
rock.
You know what?
I
We're different
love
than-
it. Yeah,
Two
We're
Kurt
different.
Cobains over here. These motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Listen, be
I'd
all-
rather do comedy with my plaid shirt and my holy jeans.
absolutely, man.
And then
That's
blow my
fine.
brains out in a
Absolutely.
cabin in the woods.
And then blow my brains out in the green room. I'm fucking around. But
Well,
no,
dude.
I understand because I feel like crafting those bits. are
Yeah,
very
you don't get
antique
to-
now
no,
because
no,
it's
no,
all
no,
marketing
no,
and
no,
social
no.
media.
You don't get to shit on us and now join the conversation.
Oh no!
no. That's not happening. You don't
Stay
need to go,
over there.
I feel you.
Stay over there.
Look at these Kurt
Designer
Cobains. No,
Derek,
but you know
yeah.
what? I was thinking about
No,
this.
seriously, guys.
The perception of
we ain't money. Yeah, no.
comedians.
Yeah, no. You guys are seriously good. White people, I learned that from y'all. Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
And y'all go, yeah, no.
Yeah, no,
So
no.
what I really mean is the
That is a
art
white
and
thing.
craft of
Yeah,
comedy.
that is a white
it's
thing.
dying.
It's the white people are really good at the art of having both opinions on something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
to that not hurt anyone else. You go, but no. Yeah.
I'm gonna teach you the compliment sandwich here.
Yeah. Dude, that's so funny, man.
Good call. Thanks for calling me out.
What
bro.
the fuck was I about to say though? I
Be
was
sick.
gonna say something about like how corny
Comedy and dank
how
places.
corny
and-
like comedy conversations are too. Like I try to really.
Oh yeah.
I try to kind of like. You don't want to be like somebody being like calling people civilians and all that shit. Like that's so fucking corny. But also, I don't know. And I do like
Oh
talking.
no! Keep going. Derek needs to hear this.
You call them
Not 'cause
civilians?
I call them civilians. I call them new comics mooks.
Derek just got a civilian kicked out of line at a Dave Chappelle party.
Oh, really? A civilian?
I got a civilian kicked out of line.
Kicked out of line?
Here, can you hear me out real
Yeah,
fast?
sure,
Great
sure.
story. First of all, it's I want to say it's 12 comedians waiting to get into this sold out party, right?
Okay.
Busta Rhymes walking by us. Every star imaginable is just walking by us, right?
Wow.
So there's a white lady in a fur coat that sees all the stars, but sees us going, we on the list.
Yeah.
So she decides to leech on to my homie Chloe. Chloe is the girl in our group. So she tries to chum up to Chloe, starts saying all this stuff like, you're supposed to be in there, right? Aren't you famous like them? Just doing some weird white lady shit. And
Damn.
so she tries to sidle up. So when we get in, for sure, she's going to try to get in with us. Like,
Yeah.
I'm with them, whatever. Doing this whole thing, kind of drunk, being a little weird. I haven't said anything yet, but I'm peeping the whole situation because I don't drink. I just smoke, and I'm very aware of what's going on. So I see this woman trying to latch on to my black-ass group, right?
Okay.
So at one point, she fucks up her own blessing. She goes under the rope and goes, I need to be in there. When security wasn't watching, turns around, security goes, miss, you can't do this shit. And then she gets from back under the rope, tries to chum up with us and go, well, I don't know the fucking rules. That's what she said. I don't know the fucking rules, and kind of
Attitude.
like nudged us.
Yeah,
So I saw that, and as soon as I had the opportunity, when dude was like, all right, who's in your party? I was like, I'll tell you who's not in the party. This lady right here.
I love that. I love
She
that.
was cussing. She jumped the rope. She triggered us all.
love
She
that.
was cussing at us.
I
She
love
said
that.
she don't know the fucking rules. They kicked her out of line.
Wow.
The comics gave me a round of applause.
That's
it was
awesome.
like awesome, dog.
That's
I
awesome.
and everybody got in. Everybody got in except her. It was so great.
Wow. I wouldn't have done that. I would have just.
Civilian ass bitch.
I would have just been
Right.
feeling awkward and staring at my feet.
Weird. Once you got inside, she's just right there with you.
No, she couldn't. She didn't make it. It was so
Oh,
great.
my watch just told
I don't
me
know the fucking
loud
rules.
environment, sound levels hit 90 decibels.
Yeah, we got a little black in there. It's cool.
Yeah,
know
I love it.
Your
I'm
neighbors
sure
gonna
your
complain.
neighbors are probably like,
Especially in
"There's something going
Queens.
on next door."
No, this
think it's a
this,
robbery.
No. This building is filled with tons of like young and I haven't seen one black person, but the Asian neighbor that I have does say the N word
What
a
is
lot
so-
in a good way. In a good way. Like she'll be like, and then this motherfucker right here, he does all that. They got the other motherfuckers coming down, you know.
But it's
and
still
I'm like,
Queens. This is concrete.
Still
This is
Queens,
like still
yeah.
concrete jungle
That
Queens.
is
See,
funny
like-
too that you have that experience,
Yeah.
like because like there was a couple coming out when I came in,
yeah.
and they tried their best not even to talk to me. Like I was holding the door for them. Oh no, that's fine,
Right,
and I'm just
right,
like,
right.
yeah, okay, fine, I get it. I'm supposed to be here because they like waited to see
Right.
instead of coming out the door, they waited to see if I was gonna get buzzed in.
Right. Yes, yeah. They're
The guy that
and
let
they're
me
very
in was
nice.
chill.
They
He
are
was very chill.
Yeah.
They're very nice to you. I mean,
They
they
saw
didn't do
my
anything
jacket.
wrong.
They saw my
Of
jacket and
course.
was like, oh, he belongs.
I don't think we have one black guy, but I think that guy sells drugs.
Avon.
But also, I think if you aren't black and you say the N word, you should probably tell somebody before you start saying it because any
Like a
conversation,
registered sex offender.
any kind of conversation.
Kinda
Yeah,
like
she should have
a-
knocked on my door like, just so you know, if we ever have a conversation, I will be throwing the N word around.
Yeah, that should have a thing.
Pretty
if you
good.
gonna say nigga and you not black, you should have like a thing, like a registry.
At
that
least
you
kind of
gotta-
acknowledge it.
I
Like a
think
red
there's
dot
something
on a
there
map.
though that you can tell, and
Just so
we're
y'all
just
not-
not up on it yet.
Yeah.
Like we're just having this conversation about like certain things that let people know about their lifestyle. Like apparently an upside down pineapple anywhere in your
Swingers.
clothing, right?
Look at that shit.
and
Swingers.
so I'm
Everybody.
like, I didn't know that. So maybe there is something that you're not picking up on that she is wearing.
I'll tell you what, it's definitely stopped me from getting that exact thing has stopped me from getting random tattoos. After I heard about that, I was like, I can't get random
That'd be
tattoos. I
great.
wanted a Christmas tree on my body for a little bit, but then I thought
What the
someone
fuck
would
does
be
that
like,
mean? Oh,
like I wanted to, I thought they were going to be like, oh, I didn't know you like jingle balls up your fucking asshole.
it's
Yeah.
something. Because
Yeah.
everything is something, so you gotta be careful.
Yeah,
But
you
that's
gotta be
also
careful.
weird too. Like, where did you hear that from? Do you know?
Well, I wanted a pineapple on me. That's what happened. I wanted a pineapple because I have this flamingo right there that has like a neon kind of vibe.
Gotcha.
And I was like, I want a couple of those. And I wanted a version of that, but a pineapple. Because I thought the green or the yellow with the green would look cool. And someone was like, well, you better be careful with that because that means swinger. So I heard it from somebody else.
Right. And that's weird because it's like, isn't it supposed to be a secret? Like, are we all supposed to just be knowing that if we're not swingers? You know what I mean? Like, that's
secret's out.
Yeah.
But you know what I was thinking about with that whole like comedians talking real like chody about comedy and all that stuff is like when they're talking about being when they call themselves storytellers. That always
I
makes
don't
me
say
laugh.
any of that shit.
Storyteller is insane because storyteller is like Homer's Odyssey and like shit like that, where it's like Socrates is a storyteller. It's like you're not a storyteller. Like I don't think any like of these Greek storytellers were like talking shit in a green room. You know what I mean?
I think that's all they were doing, dude.
You
Marcus
think so?
Aurelius and all of those guys. I think now we find their work and think they're brilliant, but I think they were just burnouts
I think
like
William
us.
Shakespeare was just like, you know who fucking sucks?
Yeah.
Can I be free to say this? You know who fucking sucks?
Come on over to one of my opium parties and we'll write poetry.
Right.
They're just burnouts, man. You know, sitting around thinking, doing weird shit.
What
all
if
of
I
those
use
guys
the
were
word
poor.
thus instead of this?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe they'll fuck with it.
Yeah, thy maybe
Thy?
to mean you,
And
which
who
makes
does
no sense.
Whoever develops slang is poor people, right? Poor people are the ones who come up with the cool slang.
right,
and
yeah.
everyone else can afford to be educated and speak properly.
Bankroll is a that.
They're like, that's how we talk because I'm cool. Okay.
When I'm lifted, I'm high. Bam, bam, bam.
Oh, Big L.
Yeah.
A whole verse.
But about Shakespeare.
The train is the iron horse. No, that's a very long way to say
Yeah,
that,
they
sir.
shooting shit. I like that.
Yeah.
All them guys. But no.
Well,
Comedians, when they call themselves storytellers, they'll be like,
it's so fucking lame.
all right.
It's so
Taking
lame.
yourself too
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah, I'm actually a bit of a storyteller. Fuck you. Well, anyway, that's all the time we have, boys.
Really?
Yeah.
That was
And I wanna
that was
say-
fun. Shit.
I want to say happy February to you
Oh,
and
yeah.
your own.
Oh, okay.
Happy Black History Month.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
And you want to stick around for the Patreon? We'll smoke a blunt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Talk
let's
more
do that.
shit.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Oh,
so you don't make it.
plug your stuff.
February,
Tell 'em,
since
tell
it is
'em.
February, you guys looking for black people to support.
Check it out.
The Outcast tour. Derek and I will be on tour doing our live podcast.
DC Improv first.
Yeah, DC,
I love that room.
Pittsburgh, San Antonio. Check out our podcast, NNFA podcast on all platforms, and you can see the venues and get tickets, any of that stuff if you like what we're doing.
Hell yeah. Check these guys out. And thank you for watching. We'll see you next week. Go to the Patreon. I love you. Bye.
The Rap Jack Black and Sagdaddy, I'm back at it with a fantastic podcast for your asses. Yapping in a trap like a rescue cat, and the rescued up like they're waiting on the Batman. You tuned into the dude who threw booze back, blacked out, woke up drunk, covered in bruises. It's Sagdaddy the Pod, an odd fellow, the great white chubby, I'm becoming a marshmallow. It's Sagdaddy the Pod, so sit back and relax, cause like a broken arm, I got a cast now. It's Sagdaddy the Pod, you made a good choice, so enjoy, don't be annoyed, now here's my dumb voice. So recognizable, ski master, unreliable, diary of a guy who's higher than a freaking diving board. I'm tired, call me biting you as lame cause you align with your wardrobe. Give that back, you ain't that guy, bro. Kaleidoscope stripping, goddamn I'm tripping. Sipping shroom tea, looking at a blank television. Got a girl here gripping, thinking we'll do some business, but that's the last thing that I want. Seriously. Big dog, I'm on shirts now. Still scared that my house is gonna burn down. I'm a rare card, an old Charizard. Getting BJ's on a bench of a promenade. Don't know what to do, I got a lot of problems. Lot of emotional truths, I menage them. I'm getting robbed every time I get a coffee. Cause $6 is just too much.
Keep it on the low. We can keep it on the low. We can keep it on the low. But all you do is wrong.
Dream team, me and Galene and the four Beatles. Kidnapping whores illegally, pumping them full of needles. Eating Chinese till Steven asks us to order a pizza. Walk to run to get it, I can't do either. It's Sagdaddy the Pod, don't think twice, just bob your head, Dylan, your chicken with no rice. It's Sagdaddy the Pod, and on God I won't stop unless I wanna, that's kinda the deal, huh? It's Sagdaddy the Pod, no need to deviate. Your ears are not the only holes that I'm about to penetrate. It's Sagdaddy the Pod, so thanks for tuning in. Truman Show flow, if I don't see you, you can suck my dick.